Hi guys. Um, I'm just doing another little card. It's super easy, any occasion. I know I did it in the group, and I'm pretty sure it's one that has been deleted. So I just figured I'd make it again. It's the triple diamond card. And for your card base, you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that are 6 by 12, and with the 12-inch side at the top of your scoreboard, you're going to score at 3, 6, and 9. Then you're going to need 3 pieces of cardstock that are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. You're going to need 4 mats that are 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, 4 layers that are 2 1/2 by 5 1/2, 1 mat that's 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, 1 layer that's 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and 3 mats that are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and 3 layers that are 2 1/2 by, or 3 layers that are 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So I will turn you down. There. Okay. So here's my 2 pieces that are 6 by 12. They're all scored. And what you're going to want to do is put a little mark at 3 inches on both pieces on both sides. And you can take your scissors, your cutting board, a ruler, and a craft knife to do this. But all you want to do is line up your first score mark to the little 3-inch mark you made and put it in the groove like that. And just cut down. And then do the same. There. So you have a point. And do the same here. Just going from your 3-inch mark to your first score line. So now we have that one done. And we'll do the same to this one. So there. Now we've got our 2 pieces done. And then all you're going to want to do is fold and varnish on your score lines. So your card looks like that. And we'll do the exact same on this one. So there you go. There's our card base. And actually we want these ones to fold in like that. Okay. And I've got all my pieces already cut and glued. I do not know where I got this paper pack, and I pulled it out by mistake because these are just not papers that I would normally work with. But the more I got looking at them, I thought I might as well use it and let the paper do the work for me. Because if you can see, that's already printed on the paper. That was already printed on the paper. All I did was stamp happy birthday. That was printed on the paper. And that was printed on the paper. So with some fancy cutting, I was able to get all of that out of one 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and then I just used another sheet for my layers, or my mats. So you're going to want to take your triangles and pick whatever one you want to go in the middle. Or so we don't have to work around them, we can just take these just center them. There. And I did, since the paper is kind of antique-y already, I did ink my edges with my Tim Holtz vintage photo. And we'll just center that one there. And you can always use the first one you put down as a guide so they're level. And the paper pack is called My Mind's Eye. It don't even have a brand name on it, but there's 180 sheets in the pack. It had to come in something that was given to me. So doing this will just save us from having to work around the diamonds. And this card would be very easy to convert to a 5x5 card. This one makes a 6x6, or you could do a 4x4. Okay, last one. Okay. And just going to center that on. And I did frame my edges a little bit with a nail file. It just gives it a little bit more of an old antique look. Okay. Now, what I found easiest is to put glue on this flap And take the diamond that you want to go in the middle and just put that right on top, lining it up very well. Just like that. Okay. Now, take this one and run glue on this one. And actually, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to use double-sided tape with glue on top of it, so you have some wiggle room, because this really is what holds your card together. Now, leave that folded over that you have glued. Turn your card over to the side that you put your diamond on. And you want to butt them right up together. That is the easiest way that I have found to get this straight and level. And you may have just a little hang off right there. Sometimes I do it and I don't. Sometimes I do it and I do. So all you gotta do is just take your scissors and trim that little itty bitty piece off. So there's our base inside of our card. And see, it's all nice on the back. And then just take the two that you want for your front. Put glue on this instead of your diamond. That way you make sure you're not going to glue your card together and your whole diamond onto your card. And just take this and line that right up along your edge. making sure everything is flush, and just press it down. And then come over here and do the exact same thing. It's a very simple, easy card to make and put together. And I got lucky and the papers did all the work for me. All I had to do was stamp a sentiment, and then you just want to line this up. Making sure that your edges are flush. Press it down. And then what I like to do is I like to turn it over to the back, because I really don't like that crease there. And to give it some more stability, and this also gives you another place that you could write a note, sign it, stamp another sentiment or whatever, and it just sturdies that seam up. That's about the only thing with this card I don't really like. But it kind of has to be put together that way. To get your size. Unless you could find 24-inch long paper, and then you could actually make it one piece. So then you just center that back here. Just like that. Rub it down. And if you wanted, you know, you could cover these, but you're not gonna see them. You'll see this pulling it out of the envelope, but for this you're not gonna see. I just want to make sure that that is stuck really good. Okay, so, and see, your card shuts flat, opens up, you can actually display it like that. You could display it like that. You could display it like that. But I like it when they're tucked behind each other. So that's all there is to that card. If you make one, please post it in the group. Hope you've enjoyed. And until next time, have a great night.